Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use index numbers to deal with series that need to be compared over time. And they have different magnitudes that make them difficult to compare. This is a case of population of major European countries and Denmark. And as you can see, I've just made a little graph. And we can see Denmark that is here down below. And from this graph, we see the huge increase in Russia and in Germany. But, you know, the scale is not helpful for Denmark. See that it goes from almost 1 million to almost 3 million. But we cannot see it here because, you know, it's just compared with the others, it's not that big. So one thing that we can use to represent this better is to use index numbers. What we do with an index number is just to fix one of the years and then express the others as a relative to them. So in this case, we're going to fix 1800. So just let me, the index numbers, they always use 100, and see something that we can also do with Excel. So if we track them down, we just get exactly the same number. So is this going to be our new 1800? So what is 1850? So let me just copy these things over here. And what is our 1850 going to be? So what we're going to do is just say how many UKs in 1800 can we fit in 1850? See, this is 10,000, this is 20,000. So actually it's twice as big. So what we do is just we say equal, and then we write the magnitude that we want. So we want to express 1850 as a measure of 1800, and it put the values. Okay, so it says 1.9. Now, as we want to use the index numbers that are based on 100, so I have to multiply by 100 and see. So see how we read this. We have UK has a population of 100, or just an index number, and by 1850 that number has almost double. It would be 200. And we can do the same for the rest of the series. As we need to always take 1800 as a reference, we have to fix that column. So let's see. We need to fix B7. So we fix the B. And then we just take it to 1913. See that in 1913, the magnitude, it is almost 4 times as big as 1800. And we do the same for the rest. Remember that we've only fixed the column. We could have fixed the row, but then we wouldn't be able to use it for our advantage. Remember that with Shift, we select the whole line and then we just bring it down. And see now how it is much nicer to explain. We see that now Denmark has 314 compared to 100. This index number, it doesn't mean anything in particular, it just means a reference. And to show you how our graphing improves, let me select this and also select the names. Hopefully Excel will help us out now. And then, okay, so it doesn't like to take. Let me just change the axes in the other direction. And now we're going. See how we have now the same countries, and now everything is expressed in these index numbers. We have 100 in 1800, and then it goes up. And see where Denmark is here. It is here. It is the 3rd country in growth, while before we couldn't really see what was going on. And this is how we work with index numbers. They don't give us absolute values. We need then to be able to go back to this graph or this table to see actually how many millions, but it tells us about changes over time when the magnitudes are very different, like in this case from the UK and from Denmark, that they are here, they appear completely wide apart, but here we can really see their changes. However, this graph is not complete if we don't put some information for the reader. So let me go to layout. Let me select something like chart title and say population change. It's not writing. Population change in major European countries. And let's just put an axis. Let's just move this to the side a little bit, and let's just write index number 1800. It's equal to 100. So now anyone who's reading this graph would be able to see that actually these units are not population but are index numbers, and we are just focused here in this graph into the relative growth that the different countries have had. Also, we would need to add here a note. It's just going out. Don't know what it's not writing. Notes. Data from Livibaci, page something, and wherever I got my statistics from somewhere in statistics Denmark. And then I would have the graph, I would have the labels, I would have the axis is quite straightforward, and then I have my index number. It would be simple and it would fulfill all the criteria. And this is how you work with index numbers. It is just a way of displaying information that is most helpful for us. Sometimes you would have a small table with the actual numbers, and then to study population change and growth, you would have something like that. However, there are other ways of expressing population change like ratios or growth rates. However, we're just going to stay with this one and then just be sure that we know how to use it. And that was it.